I figured we should talk about all the Tekken stuff. Did you guys look at all the announcements and everything that they announced at the TWT finals? They announced TWT 2023 and they announced offline events only. I'm actually surprised they don't include any online events because probably every tour now will include some kind of online event situation. Even when CPT ran years ago, they had online events. This is a surprising thing to me. But yeah, they brought back dojos. Dojo events are events that can opt into the tour. It could be like your local, but their amount of points, they're worth scales by how many people enter. There are some problems with the dojo tournament that people have, like I don't have locals in my area, or there's a lot of like 8-man, 64-man tournaments, if you know what I mean. Like you didn't have enough people and you just made up all these people and like said your tournament had this many people, but it did not. It doesn't seem like it's extremely common, but it's happened a few times. This is like a full year. This makes me think they're going to have a finals either at the end of this year or early next year for Tekken 7, and then Tekken 8 is like going to come out after that. This kind of makes me feel like the game is pretty far away now. This is the Nina trailer. I don't give a fuck about Nina. I don't know about anybody else. I've never been a Nina fan or anything, so I don't really care about this character, but it's cool that she's here. Dude, she's got the guns. She really shoots a lot of people. She's got a new haircut. She's got a new outfit. They've done this for quite a few characters now, right? Like Paula has new hair. Her wedding dress outfit was like also pretty silly.
Going somewhere?
Nina Williams!
That announcer, that's the old Pride announcer, right? Yeah, she's like a very famous announcer. Which is like, you know, it's really cool because it's like, oh shit. Yeah, this is when everybody started getting pissed. She's got guns. No, she does this at the end of a string, right? So it's like the last head of a string. I don't know. As far as like gameplay goes, it's just funny that she's been like an assassin for so long. And finally she's like, dude, I should shoot people. That's a sick idea. I've had guns this whole time. Why am I breaking arms when I could have just like gone and John Wicked it up and shot some people? She has a lot of strings that seem to have guns in them. They show a couple in here. Arm break. That snap looked nasty. That's probably a win pose. Heat. Look at the gun. That looks like, see, again, that looks like another locked in animation. This is the rage art, or yeah, the rage art's at the end rather. Look at the guns. The stage hazard, yeah. It really does look like something out of DOA. And what's it called? It looks extremely odd to me. But it's kind of cool. Yeah, that's a new combo filler thing, right? It's like not a screw attack, right? And it's not like a bound. It's probably got a new name, is my guess. Gun bound. This is the rage art. He gets fucking shot to death.
Goodbye.
Yeah, this stage is so dark. I really wish they would show off the city stage again. I think the city stage is like one of the coolest stages. I hope they show that off some more. Not my favorite stage. This is probably an outro, I'm guessing. But it looks cool. I gotta say, I'm not like, I don't know, I don't like Nina, but yeah, everybody's mad about guns. There's also quite the presentation about the gameplay. I don't understand. Can I just say, why is this like 30 minutes of PowerPoint? I actually don't understand why they did it like this and they didn't have a plan that was like more cut down. They love presentations though in Japan, but it's not exactly the fastest way to get in everything. I'm skipping to the rage. I guess this is like part of why everybody is so mad. First, we want to make the battles more enjoyable for the player on the offensive side. Almost everything is like, let's make aggression better. Let's make offense better. Let's make it better to hit someone. It reminds me of like, remember when people in the beginning Arc Sys was like, Strive is going to be a high damage game. They're telling you what they're going to do. If they spend the next like year saying this game is all about offense, it's all about heat, we're going to give you the offense. And then the game comes out and you're like, dude, why the fuck is this game so offensive? This is how they're making the game. So if it's not for you, then that sucks. Seems like this is their plan. The most important thing here really is the heat system and the controller style. I guess the second one is important too. Rage is not that different though, right? Rage is when you're loading up on life. It activates. You have to hit a certain amount of life before it happens. You can do a rage art. Rage arts are supers. They show laws. What a nightmare. Thanks for the 19 months. It also had armor, by the way.
存在していたレイジドライブは
Yeah, Rage Drive's gone. It's all about the heat now. Everything's about the heat. They got this new system that's like, this is everything now. There's some like wild changes in here that people are like, dude, what is happening with Tekken?
はい、今回
Recoverable gauge. So part of the damage you take is recoverable life still. It's a lot. Like, it's not a small amount of recoverable life. And the heat version is not a small amount either. I got to imagine some characters are going to be despicable with how much of your life they can just like essentially chip away. To get your life back, you need to attack. Everything's about attacking. It's like, you want to take their life away, you gotta attack. You want to get your life back, you gotta attack. Everybody's gotta kill each other. You gotta fucking kill each other right now. Get in the middle of the street and fight each other to the death.
回復してこう体勢立て直したいからってこうバックダッシュキャンセルバックダッシュってこう消極的に
Yeah, see, they're like, why are you backdashing, bro? Get in there and recover that life. Keep attacking.
こんな感じで、
Look at how much it is. Obviously, they can adjust it, right? But that is like really funny. They could always adjust it. This is something that can always be changed, right?
止まっていると回復しないので
If it's too much. And also, you know,
攻撃を仕掛けることで回
hey,
復する
sidestep, guys. Bloodborne mechanics? It kind of is.
となる
This is like everything. The entire game feels like this is like their thing now, right? It's interesting to create something
はい、
new for a game like Tekken because it's a very legacy focused game. It's not a game where like, hey, every new game has a new system like Focus and Ultras and Street Fighter 4 and like Third Strike parries and Street Fighter 5 is the V system and Street Fighter 6 is the drive stuff. It's not like every game you change like that. Even them adding in rage arts and drives in 7 is like a big deal. It's not a game where they typically do this kind of stuff.
ヒートシステム自体はまあ本当に一言で表すと
Overwhelmingly beneficial for the attacker. Feature the concept of being aggressive. That's their favorite word. Sidesteps it there, they showed it.
や
Boom.
るとヒート状態になってキャラクターに青い炎がまとって
Yeah, they have a gauge for
ヒー
it.
ト何もしないとまあ
10 seconds.
ヒート状
But
態
they
が終了
10 seconds and they say you have an overwhelming advantage. They're like, this is it, you gotta get in there. It has a lot of uses. It's like, it seems like the biggest, most impactful thing. Also notice,
タイマーがこう止まっているのが分かると思うんです
so not only does the timer stop when you attack, but look at the amount of life it's taking in just chips with jabs. Look at how much of his
を
life
継続できるっていうのが
is like going away from heat. And like his gauge is, it's 10 seconds, but because it stops when you do attacks, it's really long. I wonder if it's increased with rage. I don't know if they mentioned that. If it's like, if you have rage and heat,
もう
rage
一つ
heat,
はヒート発動技というものが各キャラクターに
heat
複数制限されていて
engager.
こんな感じで相手にヒットさせると走りながら近づいてプレッシャーをかけて
That death doesn't do that much damage, by the way. FADC.
各キャラ一つで
Kind of a similar idea. Some other game systems, not FADC, but like other game systems where certain things allow you to
なの
enter
で5個前
stuff
後あ
like
るか
this,
っていう
right?
わけ
Like they automatically trigger this mode that you can go
じゃあ
into.
まずは初心者というかまあ今回から始めてみようかなって人はこの5つの技
Yeah, 5 moves per character. They can always change too. That's another thing about this. You can always change what moves are the moves. Because some characters probably will have some that are not that good. They're like, alright, dude,
的な
everything I use to activate heat from my character sucks. Please help.
昔でいうなんていうんですかインストカードみたいな
ああアーケードのね
はい
筐体に貼ってあった
筐体に貼ってあったような
まずこれを覚えようみたいな
まずこの技だけ使えば
Talking about arcade
それで遊べるっていう
cabinets
ようなところを意識
in our
して
30-minute presentation in 2023, hell yeah. I like this animation. This animation is sick.
相手を浮かしてこのヒート
You look so plus. Like, there's no way you can't like hit them on the ground with whatever you want, right? I wonder what the answer would be if someone just runs up and does this heat attack to
キ
you.
ャンセルして何もしないってこともできます
Oh my god, well, because like if he just pulls up on you and does it, can you like
そうです
step
ね
it
バ
or
ウンドのようなやられ方
interrupt
で
it?
例えば、まあ、こんな感じではい
Yeah.
鉄拳
The combo damage, it does not look that high. I wonder if overall combo damage is lower to compensate for how much chip damage you take. It would make sense to reduce it if that's the fear, right? Which
発動技によって
I'm sure that they've thought about that because
プレイしてる人はもち
it's like
ろ
a
ん
big deal.
見てる人なのね
Heat is a funny word because
なのでまあ
it just sounds odd. I think he's just talking about melty. Yeah. These are essentially the replacement rage drives, right? You get special stuff that's eat specific. Everything on block also does tons of chip. It seems like this whole game is like how much of this chip damage can you get, and like a lot of it will probably be about getting it back and like how much you can just keep compounding on people with chip damage.
実はこの鉄拳8みたいなね。
It's like this thing is like it's like the game defining system mechanic, right? Which is interesting because I don't think of Tekken as like a system mechanic game. Not that Tekken system mechanics are not important before, obviously, but like obviously this is centering the whole cast around this specific idea in a way that's like pretty wild. I think a lot of people really are asking about movement and combo damage because like if combo damage is low and movement is good, then they don't really care about this as much. But if movement is bad and combo damage is bad or like super high, then people are gonna be like, what the fuck? Especially if heat dash off of moves is hard to get away from, which it like seems like you're so plus it doesn't matter. As long as the first part hits, you dash in and then you're like point blank 50-50. You can just do whatever mix up you want. All right, I'm here, and like now that I'm here, like I'm just gonna kill you. It's time for you to die. Yeah, this is also cool too, I think. Getting combos off of things that you normally don't. 2 heat energy. That shit looks scary. Like the actual animation, not in terms of gameplay, but it's terrifying watching him run at you like that. If you have like a low that's scary and like a good mid that gives you the dash, that character will probably be pretty scary, right? Because essentially you can mix them off of each one of them. Yeah, I imagine making any low heat dash is probably not gonna happen. Chopping someone down with pokes in this game, if the recoverable life is like a big deal, is pretty scary. What's good? Thanks for the smackaroos.
You look like Mr. Beast if he was 25 pounds lighter. Happy Big Friday.
Thanks very much. You know, I get that Mr. Beast thing a lot. If you want to give me as much money as that guy has, I'll take it. Sounds good on my end. Yeah, it seems like they've done a lot of this, right? Where they made the characters have new attacks and like, yeah, new stuff. Like Law using the nunchucks way more now. Damn. DSS and everything. I bet you a lot of characters are going to be like this, where they have like lots of new things about them, where they're like, all right, let's not just bring them back and have the old stuff. Let's just give them guns and nunchucks. Oh my god. It's cool that they're trying to make it unique per character. Tekken is certainly a game that they have not iterated on like this for a long time. Like this is like a game where they do small things. They don't do stuff like this every version. This is a huge change in how they're doing stuff with the game. I think it's like part of it is really cool that how they adjust heat stuff is like very fluid. You can change a lot of things, right? So you can like change which moves activate your heat. You can change which moves have different effects for heat. You can change which moves get juggles. There's like a huge way to change character balance and power levels and utility and all kinds of stuff by using this system. Even this is funny to me because it's like, how do I get out of being chipped to death by all these normals? It's like you fucking swing back with your power crush. It's gonna be really funny though if like the movement in this game is incredible and like they don't mention it or like showcase it much, but the movement is like absurdly good and everybody's like, dude, this game is all about attacking. And like, and here we are, you know, oh my god, he's fucking exploding. Everybody's swinging. Everybody's fighting for their lives. Everybody's attacking. Yeah, see, they mentioned the movement right there. It's very different than what they've done in the past, though. I don't know, like, you know, it could be a fucking disaster when it comes out, but I think trying something new like this is really interesting. Heat system and like the stuff that they're trying here is also very big, and it impacts all the characters and what they're allowed to do and not allowed to do. This gets talked about a lot, but like how Ni's like defense at EVA this year was like, a lot of people were mad at it or bored. They're like, dude, this guy's just not attacking. Ni's just sitting here not doing anything the whole ass grand finals. And then this game feels like a response to that. I mean, I'm sure they've been working on this a lot longer than EVA this year. But also, yeah, I think that at that level, like the highest, literally the highest level, I'm sure that they don't want that kind of a thing to be overly powerful forever. But I would say that the experience for most people is not that. I mean, I think even when you watch the best players play, like you don't see that all the time. I think this controller stuff's cool too. More fighting games are trying this kind of stuff, and it's existed for a long time. Easy combo and assist features. They tried this in the story mode of Tekken. They have a similar thing in BlazBlue. They had something like that in Marvel. Like this is a really common thing to have control schemes like this. Yeah, I think it is cool that you can do it mid-match too. Swapping between them. Although people are going to do this shit on accident probably. Maybe you can unmap it. They're trying to make it easy for people to play. Also, this stage is way cooler than that dark helicopter stage that Nina got showed on too, by the way. It does seem like the stage is really big. We haven't seen them like rotate and like see how long it is on each side, but it does seem humongous. Like look at how far he's carrying him. This is something that they are gonna allow in tournament because like it doesn't give you that big of an advantage like long term at all, right? It's like only useful in the beginning. Like using easy combos like in this is like if you wanted to learn them yourself, it would also not take you very long. And learning a better combo would probably not take you very long at all. They compared it to like an action game. They said like this mode is going to make it feel like an action game and is good for playing casually. These control modes are for people who are new to the game and getting in and like will not impact high level play really in any way normally, right? They're not designed to do that kind of stuff. And if you're like a low level player playing another low level player and you're using arcade controls and they're using the easy controls, there's a chance that they could beat you up with the easy controls, you know, in the beginning and stuff. But as you learn the game long term, it's like not really viable. As you get better and better and better, you actually do want control of your character. You know, if it's limited to the actions that are on the face buttons, you could just learn to do those actions yourself on the real control scheme in like 5 minutes, maybe less. And then you have all these access to all these other moves too. That's great. You know, it's there for in the very beginning. You don't know what you're doing at all, and it gives you an idea about what you should hit. A lot of people want to know about the movement. That's probably not something that is. This is not targeted for that. I don't know who this is targeted for, in the sense that like this presentation is only for really dedicated fans, right? Nobody else is gonna sit through this, but all the info in it feels like it's most exciting for casual players. So there's like kind of a disconnect in how the info is presented, probably. But this is just like how Japanese companies do stuff. Yeah, they even say like Tekken 7 still in development, right? So like go play some Tekken 7. On that note, there was an announcement that they made. One, they announced that the game is going to be playable, closed alpha. There's going to be one at EVO Japan, right? You have to register for the tournament at Tekken 7 and apply via special website if you want to play Tekken 8. The other information about Tekken that is pertinent and like really interesting, Bandai Namco has announced that they've outsourced development of the Tekken series to a game development company, Rika. This is the company that made Fexel, and what they say they're helping them on the partial work improve the user experience, who has know-how on online battle algorithms and game response. But this is an interesting company to ask. But this is a big deal because I mean it tells you that they're basically full speed ahead on Tekken 8. I'm really curious about what their plan is for their online stuff. Street Fighter 6's online play has rollback, but it has delay frames that can change in game at certain intervals, which is whack. It would be nice if that didn't do that. Tekken has a similar thing where the delay frame changes in game all the time, right? So I'm curious if they're gonna do something different for Tekken 8 or not. There's a lot of people that are excited, obviously, but there was a lot of people that were pissed about a lot of the stuff that happened. Like Tekken fans seem so mad. And I thought about it, and it's really interesting to me because currently Tekken and Street Fighter are like the opposite of when their last games came out to me. When Street Fighter 5 came out, everybody was furious. They were so mad about everything Capcom was doing. Even if you liked the gameplay, the launch of the game was terrible, right? And Street Fighter came out, Tekken 7 came out, and people were like, oh my god, Tekken is so cool, I love Tekken. And now it's kind of like the opposite, where like Street Fighter 6 is coming out, and I feel like the reception looks really positive, and people are excited near the tail end of Street Fighter 5. Tekken is like the opposite. I feel like everybody's so pissed, dude. Akuma just won the finals, and all the Tekken 8 news that come out, like everybody's like, boo heat and boo aggressive stuff, and I hate it here, and show me side steps. And like, I really am shocked at the difference in goodwill that it feels like now for Street Fighter and Tekken, because it was the opposite for a while there. Everybody's so pissed about Street Fighter. And then I think a lot of the new versions have made people happier. And then at the same time, Street Fighter 6 has a lot of like, hell yeah, going on for it. I thought like Tekken fans were mad because everything was online. And like once they got some cool offline finals, everybody would be happy again, and then Akuma won, and everybody's pissed. I don't know. I think Tekken is a cool game, and I'm happy they got to have an offline finals. That was cool. And I think Tekken 8 looks cool. I don't know. Yeah, I really hope that the next character they announce for Tekken is Akuma. Like Evo Japan, they like walk out on stage and they announce Geeson and Akuma together. That would be awesome. Yeah, and they add Rugal too. Nice. I'm down. They put in Luke. Imagine him wall bouncing you with his perfect knuckles. That'd be sick.